Welcome back to CBS 12 News at 9. During summer break, a lot of people are taking vacations to see their loved ones, their friends, and many are asking the question, are you vaccinated? It can cause a lot of arguments, probably some awkwardness. So how can we see each other's point of view? It's time to ask our resident therapist, Jen Tomko. Jen, thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
So, we've spent more than a year now hoping and praying to be back in the same room with our families and our friends. And, I've been asked that question several times. Are you vaccinated? So how do we navigate these tough conversations?
Well, I want to explain what's going on a little bit. We talked about it a few weeks ago, collective trauma. We're all going through a process of healing from this or even still experiencing it. So there are things that happen when we're in a traumatic experience, a crisis. So one of them is this need for control and to regain a sense of safety. And so one of the ways that we do that is by asking people, like, should I be safe around you? Like, are you vaccinated? And so I want to remind us that there are lots of other ways that we can do that. We are now, with the crisis response, we've become tunnel visioned and thinking that there's only one way of keeping ourselves safe. But we can certainly revert back to pre-COVID, pre-vaccine protocols that we were utilizing if the people in your life aren't vaccinated and that makes you uncomfortable, or you are not choosing to and you're making other people uncomfortable. So I just want to validate that feeling of anger that people might have, because when we don't feel like we have a sense of control, our go-to would be anger, because it gives this false sense of security that now we're in control. And the way that we can combat that is through non-judgment of where everyone is in their healing process from this trauma. We have to respect that one person's healing process looks different than ours, and that we don't have to judge that, and we don't have to be angry about it. We just have to respect it, even if we don't agree with it.
You talked about the sandwich method a few weeks ago. How do we apply that to this scenario?
So sandwich method was 2 positives, constructive criticism, and 2 more positives. So it might sound something like this. Thank you so much for risking your safety to be with me. I completely understand that we need to be 6 feet apart. I just don't feel comfortable being around somebody who's making the choices that you are. And I don't really know how else to keep myself safe, but it's nothing personal. It's me wanting to be safe. It's not about you. And if all else fails, just say, you know what, I might be acting ridiculous. I'll own it, but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah, a lot of times it is hard to see it from another person's perspective. So that is some really good advice this morning. Thank you for being with us, Jen. We always appreciate your insight.
Thank you.
We do have to take a quick break.